I had to take a deep breath. I'll wait a few minutes and then I'll start, because apparently the powers that be, the colonizers' ancestors tried to cut me off. So quickly, I just want to come back and address, and I'm going to start again from the top. I was getting a bunch of messages, positive messages for the most part, people saying that they received the message that I was saying. But I just want to just address a couple of things. And I'm not going to read the comments. I'm just going to address these things and then I'll read the comments, because I will lose my train of thought. I actually have ADD. All right. First and foremost, Charlemagne the God asked me what I thought. First of all, critical thinking. The question was not, why do Latinos, Latinx, Latina people vote the way they vote? The question was, why does the vote differ from the black vote? My response was, because we have our own white people. Where is the lie? My point is that beyond all of that, he asked me my take, and that's my opinion. So the people who are in the comment sections with their dissertations disputing my opinion with their own opinion and their own take, it just makes me wonder about society. I worry about society. The reality of it is that Latinos, Latinx, Latina people, we do have our own white people. We assimilate, we aspire to whiteness. We want to be in proximity to whiteness because quite naturally it feels easier. It feels better. It is survival. It is, damn, I'm tired of being pointed out and mistreated. And some of us have the option to do that and some of us don't. And that is the God honest truth. Look at all of these people now who are so proud to be Latino, Latinx, Latina, the singers, the performers, who were not when they first came out. They were trying their best to be as white as possible. And now that the shit is trendy and fashionable, they want to be in. We aspire to whiteness so much that a whole white woman won a Latin Grammy yesterday, when all these brown people and the black people who started this music trend have never been acknowledged. And a whole white woman who speaks Spanish, that's her native language, not ours, won a Latin Grammy. So I'm just going to say this, like, it is so disheartening to me, because the reason why I speak the truth, and I've been speaking about this for a very long time, is because I actually love my people. And we're always talking about the lack of progress, why people don't see us. We don't get visibility. We don't have TV shows. It's because we are our own worst enemies. We have our own white people within our own group who are oppressing the people of color. Look at the TV shows. Look at the movies. Look at the stuff that the dark-skinned black people are always complaining about and are never acknowledged for. You think you throw one token black person in there and you're like, yeah, I met my quota for blackness within this Latino thing. But the reality of it is that it's not a reflection of our community and how we look. It took a black man, Ryan Coogler, to include indigenous people in a film, in a place where they are shown with dignity and history that is rooted in our truth and our ancestral power. And that is why so many people of color are so frustrated within the group and don't want to be fucked up with y'all, because y'all are fake and phony. Listen, I don't care if you marry a white man. I don't care if your best friend is white. I have white people in my family, but the truth is the truth. And if we're never going to be honest about what is really, really eating us, corroding us from within, we're never going to have progress. We're not going to have the TV shows and the movies, because as long as we have the ops within the system that are willing to do what the white person is doing, we're never going to have progress, because they will say, we have Latinos, we have Latinx people, and they in there doing the same thing that white people have been doing for centuries within the system, and they don't foster progress for us. Now, when people say, can I be conservative? Does that mean that I want to be white? Listen, you can be whatever you want to be. Many of us have been indoctrinated through religion, Catholicism, and a lot of the tools of that have been used in oppression and white supremacy. But your faith is your faith, and your responsibility is to go find out what it really is, so that you can be worshiping the right God that's going to help you move forward in your life. Because if you are praying and worshiping the God that serves the people who have their foot on your neck, proverbial foot on your neck, then what does it serve you? All I'm saying is, please stop coming to me and coming at me. People were like, well, that's not true. The Latino vote. The question was not what the Latino vote is. The question was, why does the Latino vote differ? How does the Latino vote differ from the black vote? Black people cannot escape from being black. They have to be black because that is how they present. Latinos present Asian, they present white, they present indigenous, they present black. And so what happens within that structure is what happens within all structures. The whiteness oppresses everything darker than it. And that is the truth. And if we sit here and lie and pretend, I'm not hateful. I don't hate my people. I love my people. I want to see my people win. I want to see all my people win. I want little black girls and little black boys and little black non-binary children to see themselves with dignity and pride, not the maid in the telenovela, not the secondary person on the TV show. And if that makes me bad, then so be it. You go ahead and kiss up to the phony people who are in this business pretending that they're in it for the culture and don't ever, ever, ever center indigenous and black people. So fuck y'all. I'm not having that bullshit anymore. I actually have been talking about this for a very long time. Puerto Ricans have citizenship. Cubans have asylum. Mexican people and Central American people, South American people have to come here and fight for their citizenship. Everybody has a different plight. Nobody's plight is better than anybody else. Puerto Ricans have citizenship, but we all know what that means. A country that's been colonized how many times? From Spain, the United States, they're trying to do it again. Every time we have a hurricane, the colonizer gets deeper in our ass in Puerto Rico. But can I talk about the entire Latino, Latinx, Latina spectrum and only think about Puerto Rico? No. Sure, Cuban people have a horrible struggle in Cuba, but does that supersede the struggle of the Central Americans? Only to you if you a selfish motherfucker. Now, when you tell me, oh, the Latinos vote differently because they're afraid of socialism and they do this and they do that and they do that. Sure, those things are components as to why some Latinos vote the way that they do. But the reality of it is that many of us aspire to whiteness. You go to Miami and you see what's been built there. A lot of people do not want to be around black people. They do not want to be around indigenous people because they feel that the association with them lessens their value. And because we have accustomed ourselves to assess our value by what white people say and the white supremacy says, we'll never find our strength. We are a glorious people that come from the most beautiful people on the planet. If you watched Wakanda Forever, you will see some of the reflections of our beautiful people of our past that we shun. When you go to Miami, some of those people in Miami that are white will refer to the Central Americans as Indian in a derogatory way. Oh, eso es un indio, eso es una india. Or look at that black girl. She's pretty to be a black girl. Oh, no. Black people this, black people that. And not even overlooking the black people and the indigenous people that belong to our own groups. We are fucking phony and liars. And the only way that we're going to move forward in this business and any business is by being honest. And listen, this is not something that is exclusive to my community. I am just speaking about what I know within my community. Asian people can take it up with themselves. Black people have issues of anti-blackness, skin lightening. It ain't just me. It ain't just us. But us, we will go out and watch the Fast and the Furious and put millions of dollars into these franchises with people who don't prioritize us, because it's just disgusting. And so this is my last talk about the Charlemagne thing, but I'm going to keep it real. We got to stop lying about our anti-blackness, our self-hate, our assimilation aspirations, our desire to be something that we are not. We are a beautiful people. We are varied. We reach the spectrum from end to end. And those of us who have no way out of our skin have to live the reality that some of you can escape. Now, I'm not even with that shit where there are people who are actually denying Ricky Martin and the white people from Puerto Rico and Cuba and Latin American countries, their culture, saying, oh, that's not a real Boricua. That person is a white person that migrated there and assumed the culture, but they're not really from our bloodline. And I'm not even going there. What I'm saying is that we need to stop with the lies. I love my people, but I love them all. And those black people that belong to us feel disenfranchised. The dark-skinned black people that belong to Puerto Rico, that belong to Peru, you go talk to them and ask them how they feel. You guys telling me that I'm making this shit up. You know how many people said that they felt be erased, they felt ignored, that they felt like they did not belong? How many of us have those grandmothers that that are darker than us, and we keep getting lighter and lighter because they told us we have to adelantar la raza? I'm making that up. I'm making it up. I'm being honest and real. We are diverse, we are beautiful, and we are complicated, but we are full of shit sometimes, and we need to be honest about it. So I just wanted to make sure that I spoke about what I said, because I was looking at some of this messaging. Y'all were like, why are you talking to her? You should be talking to this person. You should be talking to that person. Some of those people y'all were calling out, with the exception of Julissa Al-Serraya, who is my friend and speaks about this stuff and stays on the front line to this. You talking to some problematic people, and you're talking about some people who have practiced anti-blackness and self-hate, who have never been proud of being Latino until the shit became fashionable. So of course you want to replace my voice with someone who is soothing to you, because they're going to deliver the messaging that is filled with lies and riddled with a lack of progress. And the reality of it is that we've been 20 years behind. If we want to move forward, if we want to have impact in Hollywood and in corporate America, if we want to have impact in the world and the education system, then we need to stop lying and treating our children, all of our children, like they don't matter. When we center this beautiful long hair, that's what we call it, that reminds us of whiteness, and we ignore that curly hair, we are practicing the bullshit. And it goes from that to the deepest parts of us, and we need to stop it. So I just wanted to say, I said what I said on Charlemagne's show. I meant it. I said we are aspiring to assimilation. We have our own white people. So much that a white woman won a Latin Grammy yesterday over all the artists of color who have been busting their asses and making impact worldwide, who are actually Latinos. A white woman from Spain won a Latin Grammy. That's how much we lick white people's asses, that they turn around and kick us in the face. And I am not with the shits. All right, I'm out.